Yo, what is good? What's going on? And welcome back to another video. I lost count. I want to say it's day 242. Damn it. I'm sorry. See, and I normally write it on my dry erase board, and I didn't do that. Hold on, let me see. Like this is the main way I can tell. Yes, I was right. 242. Wait, was I right? Yeah. All right, bet. So today is day 242 days of my NoFap journey. So yeah, today, much better day. Um, I barely did a damn thing today at work, and I don't give a fuck. Like, I was like, yo, you know what? I'm wearing myself a little too thin. I got a whole vacation and funeral to deal with. I need to make sure I'm good. You know what I mean? But just in general, a lot of times at the airport, the way things kind of work out, and it is where I don't know. It's by the end of the week, everything balances itself out. You might have a couple heavy days where you just grinding, you just getting it right, but then you'll have a day where it's just light work, easy work. And truth is, and I believe staffing pays attention to those things. Whether you pick up a shift, you work a double, you do this, you do that, like you get enough resting periods in between. But just in general, today I made a conscious effort just to take it easy. I still got work done. I just wasn't doing the bulk of the physical work today, so it worked out. I feel great. Outside of that, that thing I was talking about yesterday where I just felt like I don't know, I'm almost not to say I was hunting, but it just seemed like every woman I was looking at was just like, damn, she look good, damn, and it was a lot of sexual energy that I was just like pouring out of me. Like I just, if I was an animal, I'd probably say I was in heat. Some shit yesterday. Today it was still kind of there, but luckily it didn't really lead to definitely no relapse or anything, and it wasn't like I behaved in a way that was not acceptable of my standards for myself. It was just literally just energies that I was just becoming aware of. So I noticed today, same shit. Now, there was something kind of significant that I was really, it crossed my mind like around lunchtime today. And I was like, yo, I definitely got to talk about this, because when I always say that NoFap in and of itself is an amazing starting point to your growth and your development. And a big chunk of, or a big part of when you aren't fapping, especially in the beginning, like within that first 100 days or so, like you then have to tap into a lot of traumas and things, and just a lot like trust me, I feel like I'm about to sneeze. But shit. Allergies. Just allergies. Not the other thing, okay? But so yeah. So ultimately you begin to really tap into a lot of just issues and traumas and pain, and just it's deep rooted work here, and because the thing is, you don't have fapping in the because you don't have fapping in that release, the orgasm, or even just overall session of having this simulated sexual experience with yourself, to really cope with and avoid that. Now as you're not fapping, now you're just dealing with a lot of shit. But the point that I'm making is simply that what I was thinking of earlier was that as you do the work on yourself, it not only reflects in how you handle your shit, it reflects in how you handle other people's shit. And you become so much better in handling difficult conversations and difficult, or not just difficult, but you're more head on with facing challenges. You know, it's not, oh, well, I may not say anything. Well, no, you know what? No, it's fine. Hey, if something happens again, I'll say something about it next time. Or, hey, I don't want to, I don't want to make them upset. See, like, and that mindset, like that's that people pleaser mindset that you step into when you're like, oh yeah, I just, I don't want to make them angry. It's just, I just want them to understand. And when you get to this space of just your growth and development, and just when you begin to appreciate and enjoy and understand that in challenges and hard times that there are even bigger blessings than when things are just all going good, you become so much better in not only how you handle your shit, but like I said, how you handle other people's shit. And you present a different energy. You stand on a much firmer ground of, just, there's not that people pleaser part of you. You're just more head on with things, but you're not head on in a very, you're not rude or disrespectful. It's different, and it's hard for me to explain simply because I've never lived like that before. I spent a good part of my life wanting people to like me, wanting people to, not wanting to make anybody angry or upset with me, or upset with something that I did or said. I've always had to be very careful with my words, instead of having the confidence that I have now and trusting that what I say is very clear. And I didn't have that before, so now, with the confidence that I have and the confidence that I've built within myself, I know that when I speak to people and I go to address certain things, that if and when they are triggered, if and when they are defensive, combative, whatever that is, I don't own that part. I just don't. What for? I know that I made my message very clear. I know the intentions I have behind what I'm saying. And I know that as I'm speaking to whatever the issue is, that I'm addressing it from a place of love. I know that I'm addressing it from a place that, and I know I haven't said anything that is defensive. I just know that, hey, based on how they're responding, they're a little more guilty of whatever it is that we're addressing at the time. But again, there's not that malicious intent. Like there's no judgment to it. There's no, I'm going to say this. Yeah. Like you're not looking for an argument. More importantly, you're even better at avoiding arguments, because you have a way of speaking to things that establish such a control over the situation. Because again, you don't care to please people. And so now you stand on your own integrity. Gosh, I'm trying to think of an example I had recently. There was a gentleman that I was speaking to, but this was at the call center. I forgot specifically what we were talking about. And I remember I had said something, and then he kind of took it differently and kind of just went off the deep end. I said, sir, let me know when I said those exact words to you. And he's like, what? Well, no, you have to understand. I said, no, I understand that you're upset. But again, in this conversation, with the words that I've spoken to you, I know that is not what I've told you. I didn't tell you that. So again, to answer your question, I'm just giving the examples that come about because I'm the one that files the claims every single month. I file thousands of claims every single month. So I understand that someone else might have said something before, but again, this is what I'm addressing with you. I didn't say specifically is your situation. I'm simply saying that this is what other people have done. And I'm not telling you for the sake of trying to convince you to do as they are. You had asked me if it made sense. Well, you had said, well, what do I do in this situation? Regarding getting a phone from your carrier and so on. I said, oddly enough, people have done that. And then you're like, yeah, well, that just doesn't make sense. I mean, you spent that. I said, no. I'm not telling you for the sake of convincing you that that's what you should have done. You asked me. You see what I'm saying? And as I brought it back, he was like, oh, okay, no, oh yeah, sorry. No, I get it. Okay, no, yeah, you're right. Because he realized, bro, you're asking me a specific question. I'm giving you answers, but you think I'm trying to convince. I'm not trying to convince you of anything. It's just simply my job to answer questions, and that's what I'm doing. I answered your question, but what you were looking for is, well, can this apply to you, or whatever the case. Like you were looking in it for what benefits you could have out of the situation, really. And truth is that happens with people, especially, right? Because again, as you are growing, you are able to understand things at a much deeper level. You understand life. You have a stronger sense of purpose, understanding, and reasoning that the average doesn't have. The average person doesn't have. So now that you are vibrating higher and you are able to address certain issues and certain things, you almost you become better at striking nerves. But again, it's not your intention to strike nerves, to ruffle feathers and make people upset. But it's just a matter of you'll understand that you're no longer in the space of trying to make people happy and make people like you. You're just walking through life like, hey, this is me, this is what I stand for. I'm gonna stand on this. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. But of course, like I said, you're not rude or cocky or anything. And it's a really beautiful and grounded space to be in. And of course, that also tackles into setting goals and shit. Because again, since you become so much better in essentially facing things head on, now you're like, well, fuck it. Well, shit, I got a goal I want to set, and then you kind of just get to work. Like you really, really do. So I know I've kind of circled around the same premise a few times, but essentially, like that was just a really, really big part of just, I don't know what came to my head earlier today, while I was kind of just sitting in the break room, and I was like, damn, like I really have gotten better at, because you know what it was? Certain people in my past have been kind of just popping up little by little. And it's been real, like, kind of like, ugh, all right, and I've noticed just, I don't want to say repulsed, but it's just like, this is like, you're really not a good fit for my life, and the fact that I was able to say that to some of them, and then just walk away with such peace from the situation, I was like, damn, I've grown, because there was a time in my life where just for the sake of people liking me, I would just tolerate the presence of I would tolerate having certain people in my life. I would just tolerate it because I just couldn't tell motherfuckers no. I couldn't tell people no. I couldn't tell them, hey, something about you just doesn't sit right with me. That's not rude. That's not mean. That's not anything. It's just, hey, you know what? We're just not a good fit. I mean, do you buy every outfit in every single clothing store you go into? No. You pick the one that's the better fit, the better style. Same applies to people. You see what I'm saying? Like, literally, keep those in your circle that fit where you are or where you're trying to go. And it's okay to be like, nah, it's alright. Yeah, I'm just gonna keep this on the rack. It's alright. Nah. Shit, or better yet, sometimes you might bring it all the way up to the register and just decide, and you know what? Yeah, I really don't need that. It's alright. Yeah, but I'll definitely get these. Boom. You see what I'm saying? Like, yo, same applies to people. The same applies to people. You know what I mean? But of course, only when you are in the right space, the right energy, the right alignment, you know, to understand, yo, some people will be a good fit, some won't, but that's okay. And even if they want to and you just get a bad vibe, speak on it. Speak on it. Because the one thing that I hated most was always leaving a situation and then having these internal battles of all the things that I should have done. Of all the things that I should have actually, you know, damn it, man, I should have handled it this way. I should have done that. Should have. And all I'm doing is letting myself down. And for what? Now I'm miserable. Now I'm depressed. Now I'm fapping to cope. So, yeah, man. Like, it's okay to confront things and to speak on things and live with a sense of integrity. Trust me, if you hurt people's feelings because of it, that's on them. That's a conversation they weren't ready to have, you know? So, either way, I'm going to leave it at that. Like I said, that was just definitely just on my brain today. And yeah, man. So as always, we show gratitude to the universe and to God because we are grateful for the life that we have. And it's so we can manifest the life that we want and deserve, right? So either way, I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. And we'll do it again for day 243 tomorrow. And it's almost vacation time. So I'm really, really hyped about that. All right? Peace.